Let's do
California redistricting for a moment, though. The outcome of the midterm elections next year, California Governor Gavin Newsom signed a bill yesterday which could give Democrats an advantage in that state's congressional races. He says it's all an effort to balance a similar measure that helps Republicans win extra seats in the state of Texas. Ed O'Keefe is following all the back and forth from Washington. Ed, good morning.
Tony, good to see you. You know, if you live in some other state, you might be wondering, why does this matter? Well, this political battle is happening in the two most populated states, but it infects the entire country because it's all about the balance of power in Congress. Historically, a president's party loses congressional seats in the midterm elections. Republicans have a slim majority in the House, so they're looking for every possible win. California Democrats moved quickly Thursday to start redrawing the Golden State's congressional map. The move sets up a special election in November.
They fired the first shot, Texas.
It's in response to a Texas redistricting plan that's poised to shift several Lone Star State districts away from Democrats in favor of Republicans, starting with next year's elections. The GOP hopes to win 5 more of the state's 38 House seats, fulfilling a request by President Trump. Texas Republican Governor Greg Abbott defends the changes, saying he's doing what Democratic-controlled states have already done.
These blue states had already gerrymandered their states so dramatically, there's really hardly any Republicans they can squeeze out of congressional districts.
Final passage of the new map seems inevitable, given the GOP's total control of Texas state government. But it was delayed by Democratic lawmakers who left the state in protest.
We're going to still continue to fight. We're going to take this to the courts.
And in doing so, they convinced California Democrats to act.
We're responding what occurred in Texas. We're neutralizing what occurred, and we're giving the American people a fair chance.
But unlike in Texas, members of the minority party in California stayed to fight.
Some point to Texas as a justification for this proposal, but California doesn't follow. We lead.
The redistricting fight might not stop with just these 2 states. President Trump on Thursday said again other red states that are also looking to redraw their maps include Missouri, Indiana, and Florida. And in New York, the Democratic-controlled government there is still thinking about possibly redrawing the map as well. Vlad?
No more high road. Remember, no more high road, baby. I think it's good. I think it's good that the Democrats are doing this. We should hold them to account to ensure that the new positions that are opening up, the new districts that would open up in the process, are filled with progressive, actual left politicians. So to think that like Gavin Newsom is the answer is also incorrect. Gavin Newsom is not the answer.
This is radical rigging of a midterm election. Radical.
And I got to eat real quick.
Rigging of an election. Destroying, vandalizing this democracy, the rule of law. So I'm sorry. I know some people's sensibilities. I respect and appreciate that. But right now, with all due respect, we're walking down a damn different path. We're fighting fire with fire, and we're going to punch these sons of bitches in the mouth.
Mr. President, if I've got 2 questions for you, one on FIFA, the other one on DC. Let's talk. Can you talk about the economic impact that FIFA will have in these cities, and what's your message to the mayors to get their cities prepared, not only the beautification process, but also the safety aspect?
Well, Los Angeles is an example. You know, it's poorly run. We have a mayor there that can't even get permits to the people that lost their houses. Lee Zeldin got every permit. The hardest permit is the federal permit. Within 20 days, every single permit was there for the people to build their houses. But people are writing us and they're saying they won't give us. The mayor is incompetent. The governor is incompetent. You know, Gavin, I know Gavin very well. He's an incompetent guy with a good line of bull, and he doesn't get the job done. And frankly, those people want to build their houses. It's terrible. They could have been built. Some of them could have been built already. But think of it, the federal government that has the most complex part, and it's the most complex environmental thing to do. We got it, everybody had it within 30 days. And they're not even close to getting their permits. And now they're talking about taking some of those sites and building low-income housing on them. These are high-end neighborhoods. And I'm all for low-income housing. I built a lot of low-income housing. I know all about 236. I know every program that there is in the government. I used every one of them. I know more about low-income housing than probably almost anybody. And it's great. It's fine. It's wonderful. But you don't build it in Pacific Palisades. You don't build it there, and you don't build it in the other areas that burn down.
What a fantasy.
So they're talking about putting up low-income housing. And you talk about riots, they're going to...
I wish. Imagine the rebuilding process is handled by the state, where they actually do address the housing shortage in the process of rebuilding in the aftermath of the wildfires, turning a devastating tragedy into something that is literally better for every single person living in Los Angeles and the victims themselves of this natural disaster. When he says that would cause people to riot, he's talking about rich people. It's not happening anyway. It's just so crazy. At least I'm not aware of any initiative to build affordable housing in any of the impacted areas whatsoever. That sounds psychotic.
Riots if that happens, because you're taking the people's property away. They want to build their houses and they're unable to get permits from the mayor and from the governor. And that's a terrible thing. But, and let me tell you, if I didn't send in the troops in Los Angeles, Johnny wouldn't be in Los Angeles. You wouldn't be having your World Cup there. I sent in the troops and we kept it. And even the police commissioner, the sheriff and the police commissioner, they all said the same thing. They said, we could have never handled what was happening. You saw that, you were there. He said, we could have never handled what was happening. And then you hear Gavin Newsom, after it's all quelled, Newsom get up and said, we could have done this for ourselves. No, they couldn't have.
I mean, it just doesn't make any sense for Gavin Newsom. It goes against everything that I know about Gavin Newsom for him to like build affordable housing. Like, there have been a million opportunities for him to do so. He's never taken them. He's actively undermined those initiatives. So him doing this in the aftermath of a wildfire sounds extraordinary.